Let's now look at the IELTS speaking part 2 and the individual long turn. And in this section of the IELTS speaking test, you have 1 minute to take some notes. And then you have 2 minutes for the speaking. So what we're going to talk about at the first stage here is to think about the notes. What sort of notes are we going to take? This is the sort of card you will get. So you'll receive this card from the speaking examiner, and straight away you need to think, how am I going to answer this question? So you would say, okay, city, we're talking about a city and you would like to visit. So those are a couple of the really important words there. You should say where it is, of course, yes, so where. You should talk about how you know about it, and also what you would like to do there. And here's a little extra part that some people miss out altogether, but it's very important that you get this final little part of the answer here. And it's asking you, explain why you would like to visit this part of the world. Okay, so this is what we need to do. We need to quickly analyze the question like we do in other parts of the speaking test. So if that's my first part, and I've actually got some examples here. So I've got an example which says, around New York, so you should say where it is. So I've written in my answer northeast coast of the USA. Notice I've put some abbreviations there. How you know about it, TV, movies, news. What you would like to do there? Well, I'd like to visit the Empire State Building, Central Park, shopping, Broadway stage show. Explain why you would like to visit this part of the world. Well, it's exciting and it's famous, and in some ways you could say it's the world headquarters. So these are the types of notes that you want to take. You want to take these notes as quickly as you can. Like I said, you've got 1 minute to make your notes, and just make sure that you are answering the 4 stages. So the first stage, that part, that part, that part, and that part. And it's always good if you can try and keep it balanced. So if you've got 2 minutes to talk, then this part here, where is it? You could talk for that around 30 seconds. How you know about it, again, 30 seconds. What you would like to do there, 30 seconds. And explain why you would like to visit that part of the world. Again, if you can talk for 30 seconds, that would be quite a balanced answer, and it helps you to keep organized and know what you're up to. All right, so let's have an example, look at the example that we have here. And here is the example answer. The city I would like to visit is New York. New York is located in the northeast of the United States of America, in the state which is also called New York. It is situated on the main island of Manhattan and is surrounded by other areas such as Long Island, Brooklyn, and so on. So again, that's the first part of the speaking prompt. Because I've never actually been there, most of what I know about New York comes from popular culture, including magazines, television, and movies. In particular, it's common to hear stories that come from New York on the television news. Because it is the headquarters of the United Nations and so many celebrities live there, there always seem to be stories coming from New York about some big announcement or fashion event. So that's the second part that I've answered. If I could travel to New York, I'd like to visit the Empire State Building because it's one of the most famous skyscrapers in the world, and it provides spectacular views over the city. I'd also like to take a walk through Central Park and go shopping in the famous department stores. That's the third part. And here we go. It's asked why, so I'm going to give my reason. I suppose the main reason for visiting New York is because it's an exciting city. They say it is the city that never sleeps, and if I had the opportunity to visit New York, I'm sure I wouldn't get much sleep either, as I would be keen to explore as much of the city as I could. So I've answered all 4 parts. I've aimed for about 30 seconds, and I've given a nice fluent answer. Notice as well that I've got these little phrases. The city I would like to visit is, in particular, because, if I could, I'd. So we have those types of linking phrases which link the whole answer together. In terms of the notes that I took, you can see that I've got my notes here in bold. So New York, where it's located, magazines, television, movies, Empire State Building, Central Park, shopping, and it's the exciting city, and a few other little bits and pieces there. So a really fluent answer, approximately 8.5 or 9, and importantly, fills the 2 minutes. So we're not wasting any time at all, or we're not going under the time.